Hello and welcome back everyone. Okay, today is the 3rd of November and it's just gone 50 minutes past 9. I'm a bit late today, guys, and I'd just like to explain to everyone who might be watching this for the first time. This is what I'm doing on this channel, and I'll just explain to you in brief. Basically, I have a £300 Forex account which I am trying to grow into a substantial amount of money. Now, I'm a retail trader because I trade from home. I do not work for any firms or anything like that. And I taught myself how to trade, and I'm still learning as well. But my ambition is to be able to grow this amount, the £300, into quite a big amount of money. So I want to document my journey to help myself and to help others who might get benefit from watching. You might get pointers, you might get tips from the way I trade, and maybe it'll spark an idea in someone, and maybe they'll do well. More of it is, with the intention of actually documenting it, and just to see whether it is possible. If this is possible, you see it on YouTube everywhere, don't you? Grow your small accounts and stuff like that, but I've never seen any video that actually shows day by day real trading and the ups and downs, and what really goes on, and do they really actually follow what they preach. So I thought I'll document everything from start to the end. So I don't know whether I'll be able to grow it. I don't know whether it's going to be a total failure. Whatever happens, you'll be able to see it. So I'll get straight into it. On the weekly Euro Chef, I am expecting to sell this market, and I am waiting for a potential sell setup. So I can see that the weekly market is heading towards a weekly support zone. So I will anticipate a possible buy move from here, but when it gets there, we'll decide that. As for now, we are still looking to sell the market, and we're looking for a possible entry into this market. So here I can see a potential setup occurring. If we do get a break of this recent support zone, a daily support zone, then I would consider entering this trade for a 2-to-1 trade and see how that plays out. Now moving on to the Euro USD, I did enter a trade on the Euro USD, and that trade didn't work out. So I did enter a sell right here, but as you can see, the trade actually came back up. So if you look at the daily, this is around about where I entered, but the market come back up and took me out. So I did get out of this trade earlier on with I think a 7p or 10p profit. This time I lost, I think it was about £1.50 or something like that. But this is showing me there's possibility that it's respecting this support here. So maybe market is going to actually change directions now. Maybe it's going to start moving up. We don't know. So I'm going to wait and see what happens now, guys, because on the daily, as you can see, this low here that was produced, and then we had a pullback, and then we had another low that was going to be produced but did not produce lower than this. So this may be an early indication that price is going to move sideways or move up now. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. AUD Chef, my bias is to actually sell, and I'm actually waiting for a potential sell setup, which has not yet happened. With the way I trade, it hasn't happened yet. Maybe the way you trade, you do see an opportunity, but the way I trade, I do not see an opportunity yet. I am actually waiting for this candle to close. Okay, as soon as it's closed bearish, okay, then I will be waiting patiently for a sell setup and then enter a sell. Moving on to AUD JPY. So AUD JPY, my bias is to buy the market, but we're currently on a pullback. So as we can see, this is being highlighted here on the daily, the pullback. Now, like I explained in the previous videos, I only take trades on the daily chart because I find that reliable for me. That is what works for me. So I will be waiting patiently for a buy opportunity after the pullback has finished. If the pullback decides to carry on going down and turning into a down move, then that is the way we're going to trade. We'll start selling. So let's move on to the next pair, Chef JPY. The Chef JPY is the same scenario. It's bullish. We are waiting for a potential pullback so we can get into a trade. So as you can see here, we do not have any weekly pullbacks. Okay, we don't have any weekly bearish candles that would allow us to actually enter into the market. And this is how I trade, and I will just show you. Mine is totally simple. I do not use any indicators whatsoever, just these two SMA lines. Okay, so as we are going up, we got these two candles here. So the first candle here that was produced was a bearish candle. Immediately I would jump down onto the daily and I will wait for a possible setup of a buy, which I did get here. If I was there to enter that move, then I would have took this move all the way up. So that is how I trade, just a simple setup that has proven to work time and time again. So we're going to move on to the next pair. AUD CAD is the same situation here. We are looking for a sell and we are looking for an opportunity to arise. Nothing there yet. USD, I am looking to buy this market and I'm waiting for a potential buy setup. Now currently we are here. Now this is no indicator for me to buy, and it's not showing it here as well, so we are going to carry on waiting. Euro JPY, we are looking for a buy. That seems to rhyme. Yeah, so I'm waiting for this candle to close, and after that closes, hopefully I will get a buy signal happening, and I will possibly buy from here, but most likely I think I will buy from here. I will place my buy order here if this does break out into a buy. Now moving on to the next pair, which is the AUD USD, and I can see a rejection, and possible this is going to be a bearish candle by the end of the week. If it is, then I will be looking for a potential sell setup on the daily. Moving on to the next, which is GBP USD. is the same scenario as the previous pair that I just spoke about, and if we do get a potential sell setup, then I will take it. That's how I trade. Yes, that's what I will do. And CAD JPY on the weekly, as you can see, we are moving up. Okay, looks like we are respecting this high as a support. If we do get a bullish close, then I will look for potential buy opportunity on the daily. Other than that, nothing else on CAD JPY. And quickly moving on to Euro AUD. So we can see here a nice bullish candle setup. Okay, so if this bullish candle does stay bullish towards the end of this week, then people, we are going to look for a potential buy opportunity. Now, for me, I'm just gonna tell you this now, that you see the space between the MA and the price. So this is the kind of price action that I am starting to learn that is quite risky to take a trade just because you saw an engulfing candle. So what I mean is, you see this candle here, this bullish candle broke above my 10 SMA. Okay, now I'm just gonna mark this and then I will move down to the daily so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now you see this is the actual candle here. Okay, now after that is issued, I would be waiting patiently for a buy setup. Okay, so you see here is a valid buy setup. Okay, we have a break of the high, and then we have a pullback, pulled you into the trade, went in your favor and then pulled back. Okay, now this would have possibly would have been a loss depending on your size of your stop loss. Yeah, so that would have been a loss. But there is one thing that I'm starting to incorporate now, is after price has moved a considerable amount, I am trying to learn to move my stop loss up to break even, so that if a trade is destined to come back, then it will hit my stop loss. Okay, I haven't lost anything, and the trade, if it does continue then in the right direction that I was expecting, then let it do so, because I will get another opportunity and I haven't damaged my account. So just to get that out there, let you guys know that that's the change that I'm currently going to try to incorporate into my trading. So this first one would have been a loss. Now like I said, if you don't get disheartened by trading, you would have waited patiently for your next setups, which would have arrived. And yeah, so possibly you would or you wouldn't have got stopped out there. Just say that if you did get stopped out there, you still wait patiently, because trading, that's what trading is. So you get an opportunity here, and then this trade, guys, after knocking out the traders who actually give up after being in a loss of 2 or 3 trades in a row, check this out, check this trade out. Okay, it would have covered your losses and give you more. So that's how I trade. I wait for a significant price move across the MAs, because to me that is a valid move. Like here, on the weekly, this could be an indication of just a pullback. Why? Because the space here, the space between the MAs, and to me it just makes sense. Price can move into that space and it can class as a pullback. Okay, it does not class as a change of direction. The only time I consider it to be possibly a change of direction or a movement in the opposite direction for a considerable amount of time is when it crosses the MA. When it crosses the MA and then I see it produce on the daily on a smaller time frame. So I just wanted to put that out there and let you guys think about that next time you enter a trade. Maybe there's certain rules that you may want to incorporate before you actually enter a trade. So I'm gonna wait till this happens. This is a strong sign that it might happen or it might be a pullback. Okay, quickly moving on to Euro GBP. I don't see anything on the Euro GBP at the moment. I need to wait for this candle to close. If that does close on the Euro GBP, maybe you will get a potential sell signal. But like I said, this pair, you can see the spikes on this pair. This is a pair I do not feel comfortable in trading. So I will leave that and I will monitor it. Okay, GBP JPY. Guys, I'll just be back in a second. Okay guys, I'm back. I just needed to take a quick pause, just a small issue. Okay, so we're on the GBP JPY, and as you can see we are on a bullish move, but we have got to a significant level right here. So this is a resistance level, a weekly resistance, which price has made a move above, but it looks like it's coming straight back down again. So we need to wait and see what happens here. Possibility that price might start reversing, okay, and maybe a possibility that price might find support here and then move up. Either way, we are gonna have to wait and see what happens. Remember guys, when I'm trading on the daily, I ain't looking for 10 pips. My moves are not 10 pips. If you watched, I think 2 to 3 videos ago, you would have seen one of my current trades was 170 some pips. Okay, that I made £9 with what, a 0.01 lot size, and the pips was 170 some pip. Now I didn't even touch my stop loss or nothing. Come back straight away, come back and then stop me out in a profit of 80 some pence, I think it was. But like I said, these moves I'm looking for are big moves, they're not small moves. So that's why there's a lot of waiting and patience involved in trading the higher time frame. It's not that easy. You need to wait a lot, and if you do wait and be patient, you will get very nice opportunities. So on the daily, this is what the price action is looking like on the daily for this pair. Now I did call out a sell here. If you look at my earlier videos on this pair, I did say that you will be able to take this sell, but I'm not sure how well it would go, because the overall trend direction is up. The momentum is towards the upside. So you have a point right here where price could reverse back, and that's what's happened. As you can see there, look at this engulfing bullish candle. It's quite strong. So maybe this is the beginning of the price going in the original direction. So I don't like going against the trend, and I am waiting for a buy setup on this pair. Moving on to USD CAD. Okay, USD CAD is showing rejection here, so this could indicate a possible move continuation into the downside, okay, towards these support areas here. Now obviously I am looking for a sell opportunity to arise. Now here on the daily I have various daily support levels that I could be going off, but I need the confirmation on the weekly. So soon as I see a significant candle being produced on the weekly, then I will start looking on the daily to see how it's looking, and if there is a valid signal on the daily at that time, then I will consider taking that trade. Moving on to the AUD NZD weekly, the weekly chart. As you can see here, this significant bearish candle, I am just hoping that it closes below. If it does, then this is a good sign, because you know we could see prices move a bit lower and giving us a nice trade. So I wouldn't mind taking the trade just up to this point here. Let's see how many pips we're talking about. Yeah, so we're talking about what, that's 92 pips, isn't it? Yep, 92 pips, so that's 100 pips right there. And if it does go lower than this, if it comes down to this point, then you know we're talking about 382 pips. So this is going to be a nice setup here, guys. Remember, we are waiting for a sell opportunity here, and we may get a possible sell signal occurring. So let's see how this plays out on the weekly. If we do get the signal on the weekly, we'll follow it on the daily, and we'll leave it at that. CAD Chef is currently bullish, meaning you know the price was moving up, but as it got to this top here, you can see there the top, so we may get a close below the MA. If we do, then we'll need to wait on the daily to see if we get a valid setup for a sell. But this setup for a sell, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These points here, this whole area is a support zone now currently. So you know the trade is going to be quite risky in my opinion. Why? After it does give a valid sell, after we do get the sell, obviously price can actually reject here, go back up again, and then come back down again. But as it's going back up, you could potentially get stopped out. So that is one thing to be aware of, I think, on this pair. So that's what I'm going to be aware of in the coming week. Okay, Euro CAD. We can see we're at this level here, which is a support zone, previous support, and realistically I can't see price doing anything at the moment, you know, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. We need a significant setup occurring here to show us what price is doing. You can see when I said that price really isn't doing anything, and that is what is exactly happening on the daily. Price isn't really going anywhere, as you can see. So we're going to go to the Euro NZD. So Euro NZD, just looking a bit to the left, you can see this support zone here, it has made its way through but this candle here, the bullish candle, and this is what's happened. So I don't see a valid sell on this at the moment. So we need to wait and see what happens. If this is a beginning of a pullback, then maybe somewhere over here we're gonna get a chance to sell this market. So we're gonna have to wait and see in the following week what happens. GBP AUD is the okay. So like I said, this support here now, this resistance turned to support. That's what it's looking like to me because of this bearish candle here. Sorry, bullish candle. Maybe I've been getting my bearish and bullish wrong during this video, guys. So please just ignore that if I have. So yeah, this is a bullish candle. You can see the rejection here of these prices, but there is also rejection here. So what is this telling me then? This is telling me that this current move that's happening may not carry on going down anymore. Maybe this is an early indication of trend actually ending. So this, little trend that we got here on the weekly may be coming to an end now. So if we do see another a bullish candle, okay, then there's going to be problems, because we may not get a sell opportunity here, and price could actually start going up, because every candle that gets produced excuse me, every candle that gets produced, the MA starts coming closer, because obviously MAs are lagging. So the candle does get produced first after it's been printed fully, then you see the MA move into its correct position. So you'll need to wait for the candle to close. If the candle closes and the MA gets really close, if we do get another bullish candle and it closes above like this, then this is where you need to be actually looking for a potential buy opportunity. So as you can see here, okay, but obviously this buy opportunity, you would have been able to take it and it would have given you 237 pips. Now that's still good, for me that is still good. It's a nice move, and I would have been really happy with that move if I was able to catch that move. So we are gonna wait patiently, guys, and if you do wait and you do stick with me, I am 100% sure that we'll be able to grow this account, and let's hope you guys can be patient as well and follow me along, just to see how this plays out, because every single day I'm going to be uploading a video so that you guys can see where the account is, and how the trades are going, and maybe it'll inspire a lot of you to actually be more patient and actually wait for your trades, and not be impatient. A lot of people do this thing called revenge trading, which is another one that actually results from losing trades, impatience and greed, and just being angry. Okay, so moving on to GBP CAD. So GBP CAD, we are getting some sort of bullish activity right here. Now GBP CAD is this area. His area here is a major support area. This is what I consider it to be, a major support. But overall, the weekly time frame is moving between 2 points, is here and here. So in between, you can see it's moving sideways, but between points. So is this tradable? That is the thing. It is tradable, but I do find it highly risky because I like trading trends. Okay, when the market is beginning to trend. Oh my goodness me, excuse me guys, it's 10 o'clock here in the UK. Very tired at this time. So yeah, when it's trending, I like to trade, but when it's sideways movement like this between points and points, it's really unpredictable, and it's quite hard to stay in a trade because the moves are really big. So you get into a buy, it'll move up, and then you see the move down, a very vicious move down. You got 6-7 candles going up, and then you have 2 candles taking all of that out. So this is the kind of movement you get in a sideways market. So that's why I don't like trading in those conditions. Okay, GBP chef, you can see that we are currently moving down, but this here I suspected would have been a up move, but it looks like it's going to respect the current down movement, and this candle is closing below. So if it does close below this support area here, then we may see a drop down here, but also this may not happen, and if it doesn't happen, that is where a problem will occur, because you will not be able to get in to a valid sell signal. You just do not have that confirmation of what's happening. Now here, this candle that I've marked here, right, from this position here, you would have been able to sell. Okay, you would have been able to get into a nice sell, and you would have been able to hold that trade right down here. But the problem is, now that you're down here, obviously knowing me, I would have probably moved my stop loss about up to here, and now it's looking like this is gonna go up to the stop losses here and take them out. So I would still be happy with that move. I'm still happy. I'm not greedy. So with 160 odd pip move, I am still happy with that. If the stop loss does get hit, that would mean that price by the end of this week may end up closing higher. If it does, then that means the support has not been broken. So if it hasn't been broken, does that mean that we're gonna see a move up? Possibly. So I consider this to be the middle of the move. So getting into a trade like that is actually risky. You will lose most likely. So I'm gonna leave that and keep a track of it and see what happens. GBP NZD, so it's the same scenario as the last pair. Let's see what is produced here, and from there we could decide whether the market is going to go up or not. I can see the MA is quite close to the price on the daily as well as the weekly, so the only reason why price would be so close is if we are seeing a potential change coming in the market. A lot of you would be thinking, well, how do you know this, so I will explain to you what I think that is. So when you have a move down like this, okay, and the market is deciding to go down quite a way, you have this nice line of space, area of space between the price and the MA. But when price starts coming closer to the MA and starts moving closer to the MA, there is a significant risk of price actually breaking it and then moving in the opposite direction. So usually what I have found is when price is quite close to the MAs, you need to be extra sharp at that point. You need to be watching extra closely and paying attention. Any minor break like this, okay, is a significant move. Trust me, it's a significant move. It's something where you do not want to pass it by as just a peak. Like here, look at this. When it broke, you could consider this as a little peak above the, it's not going to go, it's going to carry on going down. Look what happened. It moved massively in the up direction. So yeah, don't take it lightly, guys. I actually respect price movement, even if it's a little bit above the MAs, and it tends to keep you out of bad trades. Moving to NZD CAD, we have the same on here. We have sideways movement on the weekly. Here we got a downtrend and then we had a break, moved up for some time, then broke back down here. But this support area here, as you can see, has been respected. So from this support, we had a break of the MA there. So now I will show you what happened here. Let's go. So from here is where you got a break. Okay, so I would have entered. Okay, right here is where I would have entered, and then hopefully I would have got all of that. So this move is maybe it's coming to an end. Okay, because you can see the rejections, maybe it's coming to an end, but because it's moving from point to point sideways and there's no real trend direction, I like to wait, and I like it to be confirmed. So let's see what happens. This candle on the weekly, there's significant rejection here towards the down move, as you can see. If it closes like this, then this is like a what they call is a shooting star, right? It means price came all the way back down, the price was pushed all the way back up, then closed like this. So it shows that there's a lot of buying pressure here, strong buying pressure. Okay, there was a lot of selling pressure, but that was over. It was taken by the bulls. So this is an indication that we might see price moving higher. Okay, so that's all it is. So we're just gonna wait and see what happens with this pair. Okay, the last pair is the NZD chef. Okay, so NZD chef was on a downtrend. Okay, and then it did this move and it closed higher than this previous high, lower high, sorry. So this is a higher high, classed as a higher high now, because it closed above this lower high and then made a higher low. The problem is, after that move went up, we did not see a higher high being produced here. So you notice the rejection on every single candle. You see these spikes, so there is still bearish pressure. if we take this candle into the light and we wait for a buy opportunity, what resulted here was no buy opportunity. So for me, even if I tried to get into that trade, I wouldn't have been able to here. Okay, remember, you're not going to be able to see all of this, so you go off what's happening in the present. So it gets to this point, okay, and you're like, okay, so we have this candle that's just produced. So this is an indecision candle, so price is going to do nothing for quite some time. Okay, so you wait for another week and you get a bullish candle, and you hope for a break of the high here, which you don't get. Okay, you don't get a break of the high there, but if you consider this, was the break of the high, you got in for a buy, what would have happened? Because it was a indecision candle, you would have had to wait for a significant move, so that is not classed as a significant move because of the size of that candle, and then this would have happened. Okay, so remember the bearish candle on the weekly, that significant bearish candle resulted in this. So let me see here. Yeah, so there would have been a small trade here, but yeah, it's nothing major. But given this being an up direction, you would only be looking for which candles? You would be only looking for those candles. So as soon as you got that black candle there, you would have left it. You would have waited for this candle and wait if anything produces in front of you. So this, we're looking for a buy opportunity. We notice support gets broken but does not come back to pick you up. Now this is what I found, which is weird. I don't know how this works, right? If anyone can explain this to me, please do. Whenever I am about to buy the market, I have noticed that this point here, this spike, if you place the buy order there, the candle that you're expecting to come back and pull you into the trade does come back to this point, right? But doesn't come back to this point. But when I'm selling, price tends to come back to that point. I don't know why that happens. So I hope somebody knows, after watching this video, somebody knows the answer to this and hopefully is able to educate me on that. So yeah, currently on this pair, guys, we are considering buying the pair. So after this pullback, we got this candle here. So from that section, I was looking for a buy. Obviously I wasn't able to take it, so at the close of that candle would have been placed a buy, and you would have been able to pocket 179 pips. So currently, if this is a pullback, we're gonna have to wait until it produces a bullish candle and then see if there's a possible buy in the horizon. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope all of you have a good day and a good night, and yeah, we'll see what unfolds in the coming day and weeks. So see you guys on the next video.